Good morning, everybody. This is AL Thick Madame. Thank you so much for dropping by my channel. If you would, please subscribe and, eventually like this video. I appreciate all that y'all do. All right, y'all. I don't know if this is something that I will review because I've attempted to review this show in the past and it didn't really go over that well, in my opinion. Meaning, I didn't, really get views like that. So to me, it was somewhat of a waste of time. So, depending on how some of these thoughts videos go, I might consider reviewing it again. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, I watched the first episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and I was just actually shocked, at least when certain things were shown. But before I even get into that, did y'all see the super trailer for this? Okay, y'all. So I was at work when the super trailer dropped and I saw the notification. So I was like, okay, when I go on break, I'm going to watch it or I'm going to wait until I get off work. So I ended up waiting until I got off work and I watched it and I was like, all right, now Mona Scott Young, girl, you knew you was wrong. So, as I've keep mentioning over and over again, I am subscribed to a handful of people who do reviews, recaps, all that stuff. And one of the people who does reviews on this show and a lot of the other shows that I watch, whether I review them or not, he did somewhat of a review on the 5 minute trailer, super trailer. And I kept waiting for him to discuss this one thing in particular, and he didn't, and I was shocked because I really thought he was gonna read. And what he didn't mention, and what side eyeing Mona Scott Young over, is the fact that she's still over here pushing the lie that Alexis Scott put out there about being in sex trafficking and all this other stuff. It was already proven that she lied about that. So I'm like, girl, why are you putting this on the show like she really was somebody who was a victim of sex trafficking? Why? Why are you still putting that out here? So I'm like, girl, it's already bad enough that all this stuff is out here being portrayed in the media, in the news, and on TV shows like this about black people. You want to sit up here and put that out there and this heifer line. Like, why? Like, all these other people that are on this show, in all honesty, all the other people that are on this show alone, their drama and all the stuff they have going on will carry the show. So I don't even understand why Alexis Sky is on here. Like, nobody even cared about her existence until, in my opinion, until she got pregnant and was presumed to be one of the children's mother. um, one of the I don't want to say baby mamas, but one of the people who Fetty Wap knocked up, and then I think that was deemed to be a lie as well. I don't know, whatever. But I don't understand why she felt the need to even put her on this show. And my thing is, even if you put the time in and recorded all this stuff before the news came out about her being a liar, I would have been like, I want to save my reputation. Let me cut all this out, because I've seen shows do that. They will have somebody like, what's his name? Is his name Jason Mitchell? Old boy who was in The Shy, and that man who was in, what is it? Not The Ranch. It was called the was it Plastic Couple, something boys. Anyway, found out about all this sexual misconduct. They completely axed shows. They cut out stuff. Like, people do not have time for the foolishness. So that's why I'm like, Mona, you could have gone ahead and been like, let me just axe all this stuff that has anything to do with her. I'll cut all around her parts. Like, I don't understand. But y'all, I'm sorry, I digress. That got on my nerves because I know the things that I've been through. I have had real situations to happen to me. So for her to get up here and have somewhat of a platform and she's sitting up here lying about sex trafficking and all this other stuff. Literally, this is one of the people who is a prime example of lying for clout. It's like, girl, why? What is the point of all this? But Mona's sitting up here and pushing this stupid agenda, and I'm just like, why? You know what I'm saying? When there are actual people out here who've really been through that, but you want to sit up here and push this for your show, like, girl. Anyway, one of the things that I was very shocked to see was Mama D coming on the scene. She popped up at Scrappy and Bambi's house, and she had an assistant with her, and she had a rolling walker. And at first, I was looking at the screen like, okay, is she like be an extra, or is this really something that's going on? And since I don't follow her on social media or any of this stuff, I don't know if it would have been out there, but she been going through. She had been drinking so much that she ended up having some medical emergencies to the point of where she's had to get several surgeries. And in this episode, she had another major surgery to undergo. And I'm like, dang, Mama D, what in the world? So, I mean, we already know that she has some possible chemical imbalances that have been addressed on the show. And given the fact that she was with Ernest, who, was on drugs and all this other stuff, it's not a great combination. I'm glad that they're not together. Hopefully, they really aren't together, because that's not a good combination. You have mental stuff going on with you, and for some reason you drinking on top of that, and he over here on drugs like crazy. Like, no. Just because Scrappy was used to seeing y'all together for forever, that didn't mean that y'all needed to be together. So I'm glad that, at least from what I've heard, she's really done with him, because I've seen her on various platforms of people who I watch religiously. She's come on there and she's been like, oh, well, I'm not with him. And she got on, like, she was on, I don't know if any of y'all follow T.S. Madison. If you're not transphobic or homophobic and all that stuff, I follow her. Been following her ever since before the Queen's Supreme Court and what was it called? The Queen's Court, all that stuff, before all that stuff even ever came out in life. I've been following her. So before a lot of people even knew of her, I was watching her. And one time she ended up actually having Mama D on as a guest when it was entitled The Queen's Supreme Court, after everything went down with y'all know who. And Mama D was on there the whole time reading Ernest down. And I was like, girl, what is happening? Because I thought they were fine. And then she got on T.S. Madison's show. And no matter what topic was going on, she read his mama, she read him. I was like, girl, what is going on? And then I think she was drinking, because Maddie, lets her guests do what they want to do. They can smoke, they can drink, do whatever they're going to do. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was shocked to see her rolling into the house with that on. Scrapping and set up here and bought a breathalyzer. I was like, Lord have mercy, what is going on here? Y'all, Kirk and Rashida supposedly are celebrating 20 years of marriage. And I'm like, we're really supposed to sit up here and be like, yeah, we made it. We made it. And I'm like, what you mean you made it? Every time we looked up, he cheating day in and day out. And then she trying to throw in to my son, well, I've done my dirt. Girl, he been out here embarrassing you on national TV, left and right. So it's like, I wouldn't be happy to be celebrating that. It's like, what is we celebrating though? Like, then they over here got this bistro or whatever it is, some kind of restaurant, and from what I saw on the show, it didn't look good. Stuff was looking burnt. And I was like, what in the world? And I mean, I understand y'all wanting to have a legacy and have something to pass down to the kids, but they weren't serious and they didn't seem to really care like that. It's like they probably have been used to the money that has been rolling in. So They don't care nothing about this business. Y'all got them up in there working. They don't care nothing about it. Ain't nobody really in there like that. Rashida even said it ain't going all like they planned it to go. And I'm just like, what is the reason, honey? What is the reason? Carly Red on here going through like she do every season. I'm like, girl, what is it this time? Like, I can't. So I saw Akbar for a minute or two randomly. I was like, girl, Sierra on here, and she has a case that she's facing because apparently 2-3 years ago, when her ex-husband's son uh, passed away, was killed, she apparently fought the woman who I guess was the son's mama, and at the time she was pregnant and she didn't know she was pregnant, and she might be facing like a year. And you know, Sierra has kids and all this other stuff, and she in her feelings, and all throughout the episode she's talking to various people about it. Young Jock and Kendra are engaged to be married. Why? I don't understand. And Kendra is expecting these miracles and these changes from Jaceel. And I'm like, girl, you want too much. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or any of that. And it's like, you want too much, meaning the person that you're asking these things from, it's like wanting blood from a turnip at times. And it's like, girl, you already knew what you were getting into when you got with him. So why are you expecting so much, so much from this person? She wants him to get a vasectomy. He kind of assured her that he was going to get one before he proposed to her. So she has been waiting for that to happen. They actually end up going to an appointment. He didn't even want to drop them draws so that the doctor could see what was going on down there, just quickly examine him for a couple of seconds. Didn't even want to do that. Doctor ended up leaving the room, and he talking about he don't feel comfortable, and eventually was like, well, yeah, you want me to do this, I don't want to do all that, you do it. And I hate when, especially men, and those are the people who mainly say it, I hate when men sit up there and will want a woman to get a whole hysterectomy out here, and they don't want to get a vasectomy. And it's like, you do know that you can go on your lunch break and get a vasectomy and go back to work like nothing happened. If I go in on my lunch break and get a hysterectomy, I'm down. Like especially for me, oh, I know I'd be down for like a month and a half, 2 months for real. Because I already have issues that have always been out of my control. So I really hate when people be like, well, you get a hysterectomy. It's like, what you mean? That is major surgery. What you got to get done. You could be at your desk and have some ice on you if you even need that. Won't nobody even know what's going on. Like, there are people who ain't even do all that. You literally could go and go on your lunch break, or go even after you get off work, and then go home and ice down and all this stuff and go to work like nothing happened the day prior. We can't do that. So it burns me up when people even try to pull that card, be like, well, you can get a hysterectomy. That is major. That is very much so major surgery. So please stop saying that. Don't nobody have time. Like, y'all doing the most. You really out here doing the most. But it's like, I don't understand why he keeps sitting up here acting like, oh, well, I mean, you got kids on top of kids on top of kids. Ain't you tired? Ain't you tired? Huh? Ain't you tired? I'd be tired in my spirit. You got like 2-3 sets of twins and some more kids. Like, what is going on here? What is the problem? You should have been racing to get a vasectomy a long time ago. Anyway, I don't know what all is going on with Carly Rae. I don't remember if she be getting on my nerves to the point where sometimes I turn away and probably have missed all kinds of stuff. I know they were doing flashbacks of the several proposals that she's had and how she was saying that she was going to stay with Mo. And anyway, Um, they showed a preview from Next Time in Kiyomi, which, just in case you don't know, Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend, who was, if you didn't even see the show growing up, was it Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta that he was on with her? They were together, and one of the instances happened where they were fighting, and she scratched his face up, and she looked disheveled and, a little hurt herself, and she said that she was defending herself. She's supposedly gonna be on here with Sierra's ex, and I'm like, please tell me y'all not doing this for a storyline, because that will get you shot. Like, that really would get you shot in real life. They showed a preview, and I mean, they showed a whole lot in this preview. They showed Kiyomi with Sierra's ex-husband, and she said something about, well, it's all right now, but what's gonna happen once she find out that I'm watching y'all kids? And then they eventually show them fighting, and I'm like, why would you sit up here and have another person around your kids and they didn't even introduce them? I don't care if y'all together. I don't care what y'all doing. Like, why would you do that? Now, Kiyomi is very pretty and all that, but at this point, it seems as though she's going towards the side of being a pass around, and I don't want that for her. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful that that's not what's going to be the situation, but I don't know. And I'm like, that's why I'm saying I really hope this is not for ratings and all this stupidity. It's like, girl, like, no, please don't do this foolishness, because she was already out here. And then they actually are going to kind of highlight that situation, because her and I think her and Sierra are supposed to be kind of trying to talk about domestic violence and all this other stuff. It was Kiyomi and somebody. Kiyomi Leslie. I don't remember if her real name is Leslie or whatever, but anyway, her real name ain't Kiyomi. But anyway, y'all know how everybody want to do that. The health of light skinned Keisha's supposed to be on there. I don't understand why everybody want to be called light skinned this, light skinned that, and then 99% of the time the people ain't even light skinned, and I'm just like, girl. I don't understand the infatuation. I just don't. Anyway, that was the gist of what happened, and I'm already looking at it sideways. Mama D look like she gonna continue to drink despite the surgeries, and life, you know, all this stuff is life threatening. Like, this is real life for real. Like, alcoholism is real out here. I know firsthand. I have a whole lot of relatives on both sides of the family. One of them, I cannot believe to this day that he turned his life around. I really thought that one day they were going to just randomly call us out of the blue and say he was dead. He randomly stopped, and he is the healthiest and happiest he's ever been. And I'm so glad, because I really thought that they were just going to find him somewhere dead. It was crazy. But I hope that she really does get help and not let these cameras turn on and turn her into a full-blown drunk again and a full-on fool. I know Rashida mama gonna come out of nowhere setting it off again. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot going on, and they didn't really cover Carly Red being married. I heard that she supposedly was married, and some other woman gonna come out of nowhere, and I'm just like, girl. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching this thoughts video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see y'all later on. Bye.